Straight ahead on News 20 at 5, today kicks off National Health Education Week. We'll find out what ways you can keep your children healthy. And later, an Austrian skydiver breaks a world record by jumping from a hot air balloon. But you won't believe from where.
In sports, we had some big wins this weekend as FAMU and FSU took on their opposing teams. And will temperatures drop or stay the same? Your News 20 at 5 starts right now.
From the highest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend, this is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
HIV testing can now be performed at home. Good evening, I'm Ashley Doss.
And I'm Olivia Smith. Local drugstores are selling HIV testing kits that you can do in the comfort of your own home. That's tonight's top story.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved for drugstores to sell home HIV testing kits. The brand OraQuick is now available over the counter at any drugstore. News 20 at 5 reporter Tanisha Dixon joins us live from the multimedia newsroom with more. Tanisha?
The first HIV home kit, OraSure, was tested this past summer, and now the improved test OraQuick is more accurate. It comes with a test stick and tube, disposable bag, and package insert. However, it does not take blood, semen, or vaginal fluid. The oral swab should be stored in temperatures between 36 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, an estimated 1.2 million Americans are living with HIV. Now, the first diagnostic test for the disease is carried in drugstores like Walgreens and CVS. The kit can be purchased over the counter in the pharmacy department. Pat Smith, a Tallahassee resident, thinks the kit is not a bad idea.
So I feel it's good that they're making it over the counter to purchase now, instead of going into a hospital and linking up with a whole bunch of people whom you have no idea of their background. So yeah, I think it's a good idea.
The FDA says the kit is not meant to replace medical testing. The oral swab test gives results in 20 minutes with no longer than a 91% accuracy rate. According to Medical News Today, the consumer should get tested in a medical setting to confirm their results. Walgreens customer Courtney Banks doesn't feel fully confident in this new product.
I feel that you still have to go to a facility to get tested because you don't know if it's like really accurate or not. So I still feel that a facility is more accurate than an in-home test.
Although the test is only 99% accurate, OraQuick is used in health clinics, doctors' offices, and hospitals. The test looks for antibodies that are fighting the virus. The test is only effective 3 months after the event. People who are pregnant can use the test anytime. The kit is easily accessible and results can be tracked via phone. Many people may want to use this product for confidentiality reasons or convenience of privacy. The only hassle is making sure to visit a medical clinic for a second opinion. There is a hotline contact on the side of the box for consumers who have any questions or concerns about using the product. Live in the multimedia newsroom, I'm Tanisha Dixon for News 20 at 5.
Thank you, Tanisha, for that story. Today, community organizations in Tallahassee are hosting an event that will answer questions about LGBT issues. The Family Tree Community Center, along with other organizations, will address issues like bullying and other matters related to the LGBT community. The forum will be held in the Tallahassee Commission Chambers from 6 o'clock to 7:30.
Numbers from the Leon County Elections Offices show Democrats outnumber Republicans in Tallahassee. News 20 at 5 reporter Tommy Hawkins tells us what this means heading into November.
According to the Supervisor of Elections Office, Democrats outnumber Republicans by almost 35,000 registered voters. However, there are 16,000 voters with no political affiliation.
Well, I would really don't go off of what other people try to persuade you to do. I feel like you should be comfortable with who you're going to pick, know why you're going to pick them.
5% of Florida Latino voters are still undecided, according to a recent poll taken. A Rasmussen poll indicates 3% of voters are still undecided. Voters are undecided for many reasons.
I'm just undecided, haven't really been a fan of either party for a while, so probably not going to wind up voting.
Florida Electoral College voted Republican 6 of the last 8 presidential elections. Florida voted Democratic last year, but has a history of voting Republican. Florida is a swing state, and its election will be important.
Not make it so much a popularity contest and actually concentrate on the issues of the nation, really.
Voter registration demographics are still being processed from the October 9th deadline. These demographics are the current demographics posted online on July 16th. The Supervisor of Election Office expects new demographics to be available online this week or next. For FAMU TV News 20, I'm Tommy Hawkins.
The Florida Department of Juvenile Justice will privatize its 5 remaining residential facilities by next year. The agency has been using prevention services to work with more youths at home, leaving residential facilities for the highest risk offenders. About 90% of the state-operated beds in the Justice Juvenile program are already privately run.
Today starts off the National Health Education Week. The Society of Public Health Education is promoting healthy choices for the youth. Our very own News 20 at 5 reporter Essie Mwa joins us live with the very latest. Essie, what did you find out?
I spoke to a mother and a father about how they help their children make healthier food choices. Later on, I was researching and I found out that the number of obese children are still on the rise. Today, Society for Public Health Education kicks off National Health Education Week. According to the Center of Disease Control, the obesity rate has doubled within the youth. John Thomas, a father, believes that healthy living starts by example.
Let your children see that you're eating healthy, so hopefully they'll do the same. The other thing sort of emphasize the food groups and sort of the things that people normally talk about, but the most important aspect is really to be a good example and eat healthy yourself.
According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, vegetables such as peppers and carrots may reduce levels of bone loss. Some believe that eating 1 apple a day will help keep the doctor away, but for other parents, they may have to sweeten up the deal by disguising healthy food choices for their children. Eating healthy for some children is like comparing oranges to potatoes, but for Melinda Recchi, she finds creative ways to blend both.
We just blend them up and put them in whatever sauces we're making, like spaghetti sauces, so that they're not identifiable and they taste like the sauce. Or we put like carrots or spinach in our hummus, and he loves hummus.
Society for Public Health Education believes that promoting healthy choices will educate the youth and the community. The National Health Education Week also covers physical activity, drug usage, sexual health, violence, and the LGBT youth. Live in the Multimedia Newsroom, I'm Essie Mwa for your News 20 at 5.
Thanks so much, Essie. Coming up on News 20 at 5, this Austrian daredevil jumped nearly 25 miles from a balloon. Find out where he made his jump, breaking another world record. Also find out what happened to a 14-year-old girl in Pakistan. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.